this it? No, back. Jackie's going to jump in here.
No, keep going. Let's
Keep
look
going.
where it is. Sorry, guys. There it is.
Oh, there it is.
There's
okay.
our prompt.
But first, this is what we're doing. Okay, so these are our rules. You're going to ask as many questions as you want all over your poster board, all over the back if you need to. Do not worry about spelling. Do not worry about, oh, this might be off topic. Like, don't censor yourself and critique yourself. You are just writing down as many questions as you possibly can. Don't discuss these, just write them down. And we're going to start with the questions, and then we'll go back to turn the questions. If you have a statement, you want to turn those in, turn those around, okay? So this is what we are asking questions about. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ricks. Okay, so we have 4 articles all about the same topic, and we see this all the time, right? Especially as you do your research. So we have one study from GQ that says artificial sweeteners are basically fine. So why are we so desperate to find something wrong with them? Okay, so that's what one article says. The NIH says, which is the National Institutes of Health, says erythritol and cardiovascular events. And then CNN says erythritol, an ingredient in stevia linked to heart attack and stroke, study finds. And then this one is from a blog that says more hype than substance, erythritol and cardiovascular risk. So we have these 4 statements all from the same study. Like they all read the same study, and this is their takeaway, okay? So you're asking questions about this. What are you thinking now about erythritol, which is a sweetener? What do we know about this now? What questions do you have about this? Okay, so we are going to write questions fast as you can. 3 minutes, go. Okay, one more minute. The next thing I would like you to do is remember an open-ended question requires research. It is a more complex question. Closed questions are either one-word answers. How are you today? Fine. Instead, that's a closed question. So you would write a C next to it if it can be answered with a yes or no or a one-word answer. An open-ended question instead of how are you today could be tell me about your day or what good things have happened today. That would be a better because that's a question. Okay, so let's do this. Identify your questions. Are they open-ended or closed-ended? O for open, C for closed. In a different color of marker. I would like you to change one open-ended question to a closed-ended question. Just next to it, in a different color of ink. Just turn your open-ended question to a closed-ended question. Now I would like you in a different color of ink. If you need more markers, I have them. Or grab a color that your neighbor has. I would like you to change a closed-ended question to an open-ended question. So if your question was, does Diet Coke have erythritol? That's a closed-ended question. You could ask, what types of drinks contain erythritol? That would be an open-ended question. With all of these questions in mind, I want you to read 3 articles. And these are some of the articles that have the headlines. As you read, I would like you to look for answers to your questions. Circle where you found answers, okay? And then I'd like you to draw a star where you have new questions, okay? So this is not a full-on annotate every single thing. You're looking for answers to your questions, and as you think of new questions, which you inevitably do, put a star next to it. Also, a quick caveat, maybe just a pep talk. Some writing is difficult to read, we know that, especially academic journals, especially scientific reading. And Mrs. Sweetbrook came up with this amazing analogy I just love so, so much. It is, oh wait, did I do this wrong? Oh, yes, prioritizing your questions. So sorry. Before you start annotating, will you star 3 of your questions that you wrote that you hope to find answers to? So these are maybe your more compelling questions that you have, things that you are maybe more interested in. So just star 3 of your questions. Already talked about that. Okay. One thing that you might come across is that some of the text, you're like, I have no idea what this is saying. As I read this, I'm like, I have no idea what that's saying. It's okay. Take out of it what you can. So Mrs. Sweetbrook said, let's make sure. Okay, don't be intimidated by hard texts. And I really love that because a lot of times I'll come across a couple of words I don't know and I'm like, and I'm out. I'm done with this. It's Mrs. Sweetbrook said, reading academic articles is like coming to a party late. You don't know the people there. You don't know what they're talking about. You feel a little like an outsider, but if you stick around and listen and become familiar with the conversations, you start to belong. So I think that it's just a really good analogy. So we know that academic articles are hard to read. That's why popular magazines frequently take their headlines, their information from academic journals, but sometimes things are maybe lost in the translation. So that's what we are looking for. We're looking for our answers, okay? And like this is what you're gonna come across, but we'll be okay. I do know what postprandial means. It means after dinner. I know this because Agatha Christie used this. Postprandial drinks after dinner.